great player, and I think they're going to execute. They're going to blitz you, and they're going to play sound defense.
Talk about what you're expecting out of the crowd. Friday night game, blackout, extra bleachers, students, everything that buzz around campus. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, that should all be cool, but that's not something you really focus on. It would be nice to have the stadium filled, but at the end of the day, I have to focus on what happens on the field and not really worry about that.
How about you guys' response from the week's practice since the Temple game? Please, with what you've seen at practice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, we had a good bye week of practice. Had 3 really good practices in, and now as we're a little bit ahead with our game plan and everything, we can just continue to work. Like today's gonna be a big work day, and so will tomorrow. So we'll continue to get better.
What have you worked to adjust, on the offense after the, Temple game where you guys especially, struggled with red zone opportunities and things like that?
Yeah, we definitely work red zone and short yardage, type plays, make that emphasis because, they can be very big and decide whether you win or lose a game. So just continuing to get better at that is something I think has been a focus, but it's not like we've changed and just focused on that. We continue to work on everything we need to do to get better. So.
When we talk about you finding a rhythm early in the game, what does that look like for you? What did you do on those first few drives?
I could care less if I'm in a rhythm. Like, if we're just running the ball and Fleet and Leak all in the rhythm, I don't think it matters too much for me if they're just taking care of it. But it's just just being comfortable out there. I guess he was saying I'm pretty laid back, and I don't the highs and lows don't really affect me too much. So just executing and doing the right thing. So.
How much has the bye week helped in terms of resting up before this big game?
I think it's helped. A lot of people, you have a little bit banged up, and, you get a week of not getting hit. It makes you feel a lot better. You get to get treatment and everything like that and take care of yourself. So.
And with injuries, how, tough is it to, see, Jake Funk, who's such a leader for this team, go down with an ACL injury?
Yeah, that was sad. I didn't realize it, or I didn't know, and I went in and asked him how he was doing, and he told me that was really unfortunate to hear from Jake because he's a big leader on the offense. He just brings a type of energy to the field every day. He's very consistent. He loves the game, and it's very, very unfortunate to hear that.
I know each week's important, but start a conference play, bouncing back from a loss, how much more emphasis you guys putting on?
It's this is our game of the week. This is our game, so we got to focus on being the best team we can, and not looking forward or back at anything. It's just Penn State is the next team we're playing, and that's what we have to lock into.
You played in a couple of big games at Virginia Tech, be it West Virginia at FedEx Field or Clemson at home. Can you draw from those experiences in front of a big crowd and keeping you laid back?
Yeah, it's what you realize is it's still just 11 on 11. It doesn't really matter like how much noise there is, how many people there is, all that. It really goes out the window as soon as the game starts. So people can get into it before the game. You can take it in and see it all, and then from then on it's tunnel vision in a sense. So.
And in past years, Maryland, has struggled against Penn State, especially, the last 2 years, only being able to, get a field goal against them. What have you heard, from other guys on the team just about, how good their defense is? And
I didn't know that stat, so that's interesting. But this is a new team and a new offense, and a lot of new players on the team. And I don't think we're going to think about last year. I think we're going to think about Friday and being the best offense we can and try to help our team win.
Locksley mentioned that he sees this last game as kind of an outlier game for you. Is that kind of what you chalk it up to?
Yeah, no, I definitely like to chalk that as an outlier. It was not a very good game on my side. Probably one of my worst games in college. We'll leave that as outlier, and hopefully it stays like that.
Were you able to? I think you said you sat down with Scotty and went through. I imagine you do it every week, but what were some things you guys looked at that maybe you'd like to have back? Or
just clearing up a couple things. Just making sure my reads are correct, and making sure I'm looking at the right things. And the plays were there. It was just whether or not I was executing, and against that part wasn't. And I have got a lot better at that over these past 3 practices and practice yesterday. So I think I'll be fine. And I'm not too worried. So.
In terms of learning from a game like that, what do you? Is it just mechanical stuff? Is it looking at tape and seeing things better? Where do you?
Probably seeing things better would be probably the biggest thing. Usually I don't have too much of a problem with that, but for whatever reason I was struggling, which led to me, you know, throwing that pick. You know, just not reading it correctly or not seeing it right. I thought it was 2, but it was a 2 crash. So the corner comes and takes. He comes to like the D gap basically, and he can rob that grab route that we were throwing. So not seeing that, not seeing as well as I need to the whole field. Kind of looking at the backside tapes, but I also need to check the field safety, and so he can tell me what else is going on. So it was more of just a big picture thing that I wasn't seeing very well, and it's unfortunate, but you just learn from it and you get better. So yeah.
How much does it as the you know, you make have the pick early, some other you know, throws behind people or whatever. How much does that compound as the day goes on, and how were you able to sort of pull yourself out of that in the second half? You know.
Yeah, I mean, as a quarterback, you can't think about that last play. So just making sure I keep that out of my head, and talking on the sideline with coach and our GA Nick, him just helped me see it better. That's why we were able to produce a lot more in the second half. But like you said, yeah, I was missing throws and I was a little bit off. And I guess you have those type days, and for me, I will definitely categorize it as an outlier, and hopefully be able to play a lot better this week.
Did the rush make you drop your eyes at all, or were you able to keep your vision downfield?
No, I was able to keep my vision downfield. I think a couple of times it was there, and I don't think there was much places for me to go. But that's just me needing to know where my check downs are and get to them. So it's not that I wasn't